Dear KJ Radio. KJ Radio. Radio with class.
This is KJ Radio. Radio with class. This is KJ Radio. Radio with class.
Oh yes, this is KJ Radio. Radio with class. It's another day, and we give thanks, we give adoration to God. It is time for us to bring to you the hidden key, Ehinta Safwa. With me here, King James, and your number one prophet, Prophet E.K. Porcher. So I want you to stay here with me from now to 5 o'clock. Trust me, there are a lot that you are going to learn. There are a lot that is going to be revealed to you. But say jumedi ebeba so na be yenika na osuwetimi enyamu abadia na enyumekuo bi na somasen na metimede ehinta safoa anase the hidden key edebro nyumekuo bi etese mod home essentials also per electrical appliance and as a home appliances bia na so ye de eho na obenya papa no ato say ye blender, say ye rice cooker, say ye kettle, say ye juice extractor, say ye den TV, air condition, fridge, ahodo nyina electrical appliance there. Open the any border from there papa pa there and no one mod home essentials. But when that's our friend 0244 20 20 24 0244 20 20 24. So friend a pair on sabekano na uswetimi ajo there and also betimi de weni achere tema committee 22 junction pepepe ubehu mod home essentials e wo honomo afi susu the bees ni o se wo lunch ebe ya woda agi se the bees se wo lunch ebe ya woda dia agi se the bees party ahodo engagement ahodo wedding ahodo any occasion bia se wo pese eyefe na ye ni je na o guest any je dia eno ani the bees into your samosa and I say spring rolls, meat pie, just name them and open the drinks also there. Your sobolo, your passion, your orange juice, your pineapple juice, your ginger juice and asana. Minya bomwadian so befre DB says here it was 0202 23 43 72 and I say 020 020 5059 Fred DB says here baby I will be wo beje so na occasion no ababe na ye kama pa e de amaye nyina afesu so eradiadom herbal clinic minya o yare ne sene tie bia so unya dru eradiadom herbal clinic aso ya wo te ne te kra de ma wo te ne te ma wo yare emfa nko owo mu enchi ohoi eye de yipa odi nchi a eye ma yare bi enka wonto ho no na emfa nko owo mu bomode ase wo yare ndi etie bia de obetimi agyew na wotu yare na se e de ama eye Awurade Adom Herbal Clinic bomode ase be frɛ no e wo 0540 82 60 97 0540 82 60 97 and as 030 32 324 550 unya frɛ ahomatrufu ya Awurade Adom Herbal Clinic ebeje oso afesu so King James Enterprise minya me se ubesi fie na efie no ayefa efie ne edimu a eye King James Enterprise se ban construction work nko ade a omo ena omo ye mane ye fe so obeto tiles se obeye biodigester se obesiesie wudam so obesiesie ofie eye King James Enterprise bomodi aso be fe na homatrofo isu sesi a eye 0555 9928 32 0555 992832 and as 0536 98 92 62 onya frɛ King James Enterprise a menua obɛgye wo so na wabɛbi di dwumadie no na wayɛ ne kama pa ɛde amount meda wase na metwa me ho sema me ba pɛ na ɛnɛ yɛde yɛn nkɔmɔ twetwe no ɛde ahyɛ aseɛ Prophet EK Porcher I ready with studio hanamo metwa mo sema enko ba bia mo afidie ne nda metwa mo sema me ba pɛ na yɛde yɛn nkɔmɔ twetwe no ɛde ahyɛ aseɛ this is KJ Radio, indeed radio with class. Oh yes, memo akwaba biom eba KJ Radio so emraso say we say yedi yen komo ana say ye dan nyoma bia ehinta edi ede ekiro na me pese wo hye ne nso say the hidden key ye de ba wa kwam eye yawada bia every Thursday abra no nan abo ewo KJ Radio so ene ye de ehinta safwa ede brel nti nyoma bia ehinta yen ya ama nyama bi achia ewo ya brabom na Prophet EK Porcher wagine kunya na wadan ne di e de akire na mensemre mema Prophet akwaba na yenhye yenkomo twetwe na se Prophet mema akwaba
ya ija
Prophet bebre na yesha ase yesua we started from the days their spiritual colors, their do's, their don'ts. There are lots that you review to us. Enipa ashasiye. Ene, bibi yankomo twetwe ne du no. Bosome no, be ya sure say eye bibi ne yede to no. Na bibi kun na yede to no no. Ewo nsunsuanso ewo obi a yewo na that particular month ni mu. Na se ye ka se yawo obi January a. January for wonsu ene wo ban sen na etie.
Okay. Medical chia etiefo nyina. Etiefo na minshira mu se de bia ye baso a munya da agire ma ye mutie ye na dwumadie ye to aso de bia monkoso entie ye because yanso ye beso mo de bia ehun hia passe ye baso ana wa hye na wa invite unua na ono nso enya bia ye den ahwe ye wo eto ye wo bosome ye wo nda ye wo bosome na ye wo afi yawo edabia yawo bosomi bia yawo afi bia eno na kire one physical and physical, two spiritual state what they be bobra e wa asasi so although wedding kra o ankra bia o shebre but yawo na obeto asasi so pe sa niam we nyina betumi ediu enda bediu bosome bediu afensu bediu because ni nyina ya hwehwe dada yes nti you take time isua enda ni nyina ne se ehun sania impact your life one way or the other. Today we'll go through the month na yabafa January on say the month January nankasa no yen ebi before you adapt you know and say young Africans here adapting and me chire mu say we are actually using the Gregory calendar that makes it 12 month. Other countries don't use it na sa calendars here me say dey bia etena ne yesua dia fan say me a Muslim intiminsia. That is why we are not basing the subject on only Christians. No, we are teaching general things so that you can benefit from it, from every kind of religion that you belong to. Now, January is the beginning of the month. That is what we believe, and that is what is there. Now, say, yawo January usu etesen. Once akwakwaye afeno ashasiye ewa ye calendar so nintena. Ensunsonso a enya na yendi kan hwe ade a yedi January etoy. The January was derived from the word Janus.
Okay.
What I say. And then it's actually the beginning of the year to us, the Gregory calendar users. And then now, they named it Janus according to a deity who was a god. And then this god actually had two faces. And none the duty or yet or chronomonese or guardi or mugate. Into now, some particular date, you know, I will name front and back. The name back the entrance and a back the back of the city. Now, near Esinie, Nientia yade two Janus and they said, a dan tokwa ebesi kuromono. And as a particular gate na yade two Janus, a January no, ye be. Into we have so a January enya ewo nimpa so a ana omo a ye wo mu January so a we study January bonds are omo nye stable.
January bonds are not stable
in anything. The advantage about January bonds are that they are multi-talented. Obi a ye wo ni January bia onkita adwuma baako. Otumi ya niyama bebre. Ebe den se January bond be ye adwuma baako. Omo ye nnwuma bebre but omo nye stable.
Omo ye adwuma bebre
But omo nye
stable. So they always want to try something
Try something new. That is January bonds because of Janus na yadi omo to nenti. Na adia omochiwadia pa omochiwadia January bond men fan kano. Omo ya dada for pa.
They are deceivers.
They can deceive. So don't never take a January bond serious. You get hurt. Omo vibes pa. As in they can yakaso be your boy.
Bema pe anase obande bema nyina.
Omo mienu nyina. January ne de as ya wo tumu a feminine and masculine omo kita suban baako. Yeah, they can yob pa so you barely you watch how you take a January bond very serious because they don't even they don't understand what they do. All they know is that they have to convince you. Na utiye omo na utiye omo no kasa I say omo ni kroma what ya say so omo. What they say because of that so people find it difficult to help them. So if you are January born you make sure you control your tongue. That's one. You limit how you make people feel about you. That is a January born because it's not their fault. It's because of the God they named them to.
Okay, what is their spiritual color?
Okay, as a January born, they named you to Janus. And then you are connected to an energy which color is white.
White. So January borns, their spiritual color is white.
Yeah, sure. So if you are January born, every January you actually do white.
The whole month?
Not the whole month. You actually have to do it maybe on the days you were born.
The day you were born?
The day you were born in that month.
Okay, Prophet. Me person me bisa a question we.
Okay.
There will be Saturday.
Okay.
The entrance is a Saturday born. Yeah, Ama.
Okay.
And then your son so won in January.
January.
So as soon January born, the su and then the buying. And the son so soon the day born the su and then the buying.
Yeah.
Nti how nipa bako otimifa sa suban mienu we nyina ofa bako anase ofa two ni nyina bom. How does it work? How does it have impact on them? Because looking at say me do ko echikakra Saturday born the spiritual color was
if a person is born
on Saturday the spiritual color was that was green. The success color was green, but here the spiritual color is white.
It's white, yeah.
The spiritual color is white.
Becomes white when
becomes
it
white.
Month, yeah.
So, how should January born Anna the month and then being Saturday born Anna the Saturday being white? Because offer other days nibia a be coincidence. Ebia a success color in January, but ebia be a bad color in the month.
In the month, yeah. You see, because your what days, your 1 month, your 1 year, you see, we do that thing according to. Those are days in there. We have at least it rotates in a month. Every day will come like 2 times.
Okay.
So we have 4 weeks in a month. Yeah, but a month it comes only once every year. So if we are talking about how to relate with things, there are days you have to go according to days, and there are seasons you have to go according to month, and there are days you have to go according to numbers. There are days you have to go according to angels. The reason I'm saying that is that we see all this put together is what makes you. Into wun to me nyebi enjebi. Looking at the characteristics of like a January born and a Saturday born, like you are seeing like this. Like a January born is not a very consistent person or just stable.
But being a Saturday born,
you see, being a Saturday born,
yes,
they are very stable people, hardworking people. But when it comes to the month they were born, they are not stable.
They are not stable.
And they exhibit it balance. So you want to say a Saturday born, a January born. When a Saturday born is complaining to you about something, he or she means it, because they barely share their problems. But if a January born is talking to you about the problem, doubt it, because he may not even be serious about it.
Oh, I see.
He may be saying it for fun. So he would say this today, come and tell you this tomorrow.
All right, I see. So, Prophet, continue for me. With the
January. So if you are born in January, what you have to do is that your energy and your strength lies on gates. Because of what the deity they named you to. It lies on gate. So if you have a city around where you live, you target the gate for that month. Now you stand at the gate, then you give alms at the gate. So every day, every January, you make sure you target a gate. Main entrance, city entrance, lorry entrance. You give alms at the gate to start up your year. Because it comes once every year.
Once every year.
So to make the rest of the month of the year benefit you, you go to the gate and you give alms to anybody at all you meet. Then you come home. Now and you have started your year very nicely.
So every January.
Every January.
That's first week in January.
First week in January.
Good.
You go to any gate at all you see, be it a transport gate, a home gate that you can meet people. You give alms. That is January. Now let's quickly move to February. Now, the name February was derived from the Latin word Februar, which was named because it is a month that they actually do purifications. So the month February becomes a month that we do more spiritual works.
Okay.
What they are saying? We spiritual people, the year don't actually begin in January. No. The year begins before January. So we actually cross over before January, but because we are respecting the calendar which we follow in Interim, we'll go in this order. It's a month of purification. So you realize that anybody born in February is dangerous.
February borns are very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
In what aspects?
In the spiritual aspect.
All right.
Yeah, for them, they behave like reincarnated spirit. Their mouth is very powerful. So February born, oni bosom on some nyame papa. Kurana sa woya adi tia no board ya ebeyaduma.
Sharp. Wow.
So they are individuals we don't actually play with. Because these people actually do spiritual cleansing and purification in February. The Romans dedicated a whole February for purification.
Wow.
Before March.
And ejuma ben omoya so easy more they can achieve it so easy.
For Februaries, because they have this spiritual background, they become good spiritualists, like
they are good in spiritism
works. Like a pastor, a malam. Those in February bonds, they are very spiritual people. If you play with them, their mouth alone can destroy you.
Wow.
What they are saying, and their spiritual color is blue.
Their spiritual color is blue.
It's blue. So, as a February born, it is good you do royal blue. most at times.
February bonds.
Yeah.
You do blue, royal blue.
It activates your power within you.
All right.
So, Omusuni Omobani, those born in February are actually reserved types. Omumfa Boninche.
Ah.
There be. February born Ibia Mfa Boninche. Omumfa Boninche. So, before you actually provoke a February born, you have to be very careful. Because he or she may not mind you from the onset. But then Okufie no dream one obefi. Yes, because they carry onona dream when itrim kura ansha ne say onya. Ahohomo omafa na damfo. You see, they are such a way that spirit befriends them. Because of the actual deities they named them after. So spirits are quick to befriend them. So you realize that anything they actually exhibit, a very simple say, a February born can just initiate an altar and then quickly a spirit will fall interested.
Wow.
And as a February born, so I can say to you, I know about you, Yadani.
Hey.
Yadani and ye.
Wow. Prophet, I'm sure, sir. So looking at February born,
yeah,
in the 12 months that we have, Emudi hen or warrior, Emudi hen or warrior in
Amaya warm of February. Okay, you see, they are actually compatible to only 2 days, like 2 months of the year.
Okay.
It is because they are spiritually, because of their spiritual background, they are more connected to June and July.
June and July.
Because the month May is a feminine. The month June is also a feminine. So the month of the years has 2 feminines. The days of the week has 1 feminine. And the month of the year has 2 feminine. So February is compatible
with June and July. Wow. Okay, that's great. So let's move to we are in February now. January, February, March. So we are in March.
March,
now.
the month March was actually named after a king, the first king of Rome.
Okay.
Yeah, they named it after him because they honored him. They wanted to honor him so that his name will remain. And this man was a very noble man. He had so much nobility. So when you study people that were born in March, they are flexible people, as in flexible and understand, difficult from the onset. Oh, Banasa, oh, one a marcher from the beginning. They are not people you can basically understand. Not even when you calculate them. There are months of the year. Okay, acquire or fast week. Okay, but you can't calculate a March born.
They are not predictable.
No, you can't predict a March born because they named them after this particular king. So if you give birth to a person in March, you have to observe him or her always. They always need to be corrected because anything at all they do always ends up as a mistake. Because what plan is idea way na me kwakwaye otumi koduru ho na plan as a match ball.
Wow. Ejuma ben omo ya eye easy mo ejuma ben na omo eni kwan so omo ye kra.
Omo ye for match bonds they are good with law.
Okay.
Yeah, they do they enter into fields that will make a man always engage in something because they can't be dull. No, they always have to be doing something. That is a match bond for you. So you always make sure if you have a match bond, if it's education, you make sure you keep an eye on him because obeka mistake abrel.
That you have to correct it.
Correct. So you always have to make sure from their beginning you guide them throughout.
All right.
Throughout until they are. Yeah. Now
Okay.
let's go to April.
Before we go to April, yeah, share or also the month and the mood and or compatible.
When we take March bonds, they are compatible. They are compatible with January, and they are compatible to November.
January or November.
Or November, yeah.
Okay.
And then they can go for March. Yeah, and Rebema will break it down.
Break it down. All right.
Yeah, sure.
So let's go to April.
Yeah, okay. The month April was named after a female goddess. Yeah, they called her Aphrodite. That's her name. It's a Latin word. Now, it was actually the goddess of fertility. Yeah, she was actually the goddess of fertility, and then like everything that concerns a female. They named it after that goddess called Aphrodite. So you realize that the month April, anybody born under this month is special. Very, very special because one, they are very difficult people. It is difficult to convince an April born. Very difficult. And then they are talkative. They complain about everything, almost everything. Like
all right.
everything, yeah. That's an April born. Yeah, because in their month, they are born under the month of productivity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the goddess they named them after is actually in charge of fertility of women and then abundance. So, if you are born in April, they are independent people also. They are people that actually don't depend really on people. They fight alone.
They fight alone.
Yeah, every kind of place you put them, they will survive. If you put them in the mountain, they will survive. If you put them in the valley, they will survive. Anywhere you put them, they will survive. That is an April born. Their men are strong men. Their women are very strong women. And then they are decisive too. Because they are so much decisive, when they are doing things that are actually wrong, it's difficult to correct them. Because they are difficult people
to deal with.
Very difficult. So if he is even doing something wrong, it's difficult to correct him or her. So what you have to do is that if you are not careful, you will be led to get along with them.
Oh, okay.
Which is not supposed to be that. So employing a person like an April born. Now, one secret about them is that they don't work for anybody. They work for themselves.
They always want to be the boss.
They always want to be the boss. So it will be difficult for you to employ an April born. Very difficult because they are managers on their own.
Wow, yeah, share they are spiritual color, they are bad color.
Yeah, an April born spiritual color is actually gold. Their spiritual color is actually gold and purple.
Gold and purple.
Purple, yeah, that's for the goddess. April is gold and purple.
Their compatibility.
An April born can marry a December. That is April. A December will do. January will do. They are compatible with these 2 months. And they can marry April borns too. Because they will match.
Yeah. Prophet, thank you so much. Before we continue, there's one question I would like to ask.
Okay.
So let's assume, say, someone sent me a question, and then I want to summarize it and then see what he can do. Okay. Let's say you are born in Abia, the day. Let's use the weeks, for example. Let's say Sunday born. You get married to Wednesday born, which you are not compatible to Wednesday born.
You are married like.
You get married to Wednesday born.
You are not compatible.
You are not compatible.
Okay.
but you are already in marriage. You've already gotten married to the person. What do you have to do to make sure that the marriage survives? Because you didn't know, but after marriage you got to know, and you don't want to exit the marriage. What do you have to do?
We have soul travel. This thing I'm about to talk about, not everybody knows it. Now, to change an individual's soul condition from a state to another state demands a soul travel. The last time I was saying that there are souls that came, they don't have marriage. They are not supposed to marry at all. There are souls that came, they are not supposed to get money. So now, if you are so desperate to get money, you are so desperate to marry, then we have to lay the soul to the state to which will match to a position where the soul can marry. By so doing, we need to travel the soul, both spiritually and subconsciously. That is the only way to do it. Now, you are already married, but you've realized that you are with the wrong partner. Yeah. When you realize this, there are only two things you can do. Whether you reposition the soul or you leave the partner.
So two things: reposition or leave.
Or leave. Now, what we do is that we make you compatible. Last night, I said, there are people, if you don't work on your soul, somebody can use even onion to marry you. Or the jene bechichero. Or the bechichero will soul. Not the aya on what the hour. Now, and also, when you so better, when you so you realize that you are at or with the wrong partner.
Wrong person.
You are already married. So when you find yourself like this, and you're arguing out the coin, what will you do? As a man, you either stay or you leave. Maybe at that time now, you would be awake. Now I will fall already. That makes it difficult for you to leave. So now what you have to do, if you actually want to leave, maybe you find it problematic, you need to be helped to travel there. So that is if you love the man and you think something should be done about the man so you can keep him, then we travel the soul, we make the souls compatible, then the body wouldn't have a problem. As soon as you do it to the soul, both the body will get along automatically. Automatically the body will get along.
Then afi wafa
na
wafa na eja what they call
anya sade aji wuja no
aji say anya sade aji so wuja wo
aji wuja no
prophet me da was afi yem to aso I think the as year course na I will chip in other questions that I have.
Oh, adia yesua say obi emfa ne serious because ebia onim hu nimdie. Many people are married and they wish like omwejai. Just because there are things they didn't know. They married because of love. No. Before you enter into business, you don't just jump into businesses. You check if it is compatible with your soul. That is why we are learning. When him say ya wo, ya wunimpa. Now we check one sem. When some say, we check one sem say. Now lines I want say we mu. Different from lines I want say we mu. You need help.
We hear more.
We hear sunsumumwa. Because I said lines are the same thing with that. Because there is because ye tracy bibia me hwa won samwa metimi a kire oda obewu kura.
Wow.
Me hwa won samwa metimi a kire won kwala dodo a obewu. Me gara sa wo sha wo yamodi yetume sesa hyebre eda no ye wo pe. Wo beto de bi so beto month so pe. A very difficult say be process so.
Fi se we nya ba ewie.
We nya ba ewie. Ba sa wo hye yefunu no mo de a yetume ye okra no ho adwuma obepie no ne ya ye ho adwuma dada. Obeto da bi mu obeto bosume bi mu obeto afi bi mu ba ya ye ho adwuma. On san ye tie. Nti sa wo ba no te se ne ye bobọ so yi May, June, July, August entumi nya so much effect on you because they have worked on your soul. When san ye tie. Wo ba no san nsa kokomoti. Uchia na tosope. Nega za akora no obebre.
Prophet, sisuma mi biem se owo oba na kokromoti so otimi chia ne ba onachi.
On se ono ankasa akora ya wo no otimi chia nsa ne ma ne toso.
E ma ne toso. Se otimi chia nsa ne ba na chi ne se toso a
onya papa.
Wow.
It's a sign, says spiritually, no. Obana bema wabre. And we are here for who's were any ye because of my program and dada. And then, my mention of idea, Yabatwaso, days of the week, you know.
The month, you know. Probably to us, mammy.
Month of the year, and your time best is here.
Yeah.
But I see you soon, dear. You know, sweetie, I see you soon, dear. And see, what no, Bosome, a Debbie, none and Sanata, Amfa, Woma, be woman in our.
One son left.
Why do you be Jina, ever?
One son left. Wawari engineer
ewa. And mother do about woman in our. I can't grow. And fear do obesi. On said, you are warrior line waha. You are apomodine line waha. You are shebre line waha. You are ye dear line waha. One woman say, on sanity. A honey ye dear line. A honey ye two. That's a me mamma who quire, met me the yemroso.
One man who quire. Anything you two no.
Until you two no. Woman who quire as a war option.
War option. Mammy checking me there. Ah, okay, more option.
Well, or option.
More option.
Into one, be beer, what the buy be, what the buy be, and Uncle Pong at the Nina account, what that. Until the young say, or buy a Ubehu position. Oh, send it here. When Yanni dear, and some faha and some faha. Na abrabonuma on your side, you come and copy people wrongly. Because there are already people here who are already role models. If you are not careful, you come and copy somebody and leave your destiny behind. That is why we are learning all this. So if you know, you will be mokrana, they came in the capacity of royals. You will be a woman aqua, Ninawaha. Obesum and I besumo. According to days in the mountain. But they are my 2 months in the infancy.
But prophet, before I to ask their mamma, no. Just last week, now will be enemy customer. Say, in fact, the days of the weekend in our channel.
Okay.
Your mother be honoma or GD baby on Monday on Shadan Jin this.
Okay.
But you may be any honoma on try that Nina and Famano.
Wow.
Say on be then I was oye.
Oh, sir, ya woa, where you rasun sumonium. Ya woo nimpebia, wo aqualang ya not in the tope, as all catan a shepherd and sushi. Because nurses from Bedia war, or we are bay for winning. Doctor Bejoa war, or a bay for winning. Now, Obedin will be an agent, I assign a set on Joe Bashabrem, wouldn't him. Until ya walk alana pet or toha pet, what the uncanny honey. Would the 2 nafra, and Banugum, not their foul man or banansem. And then I say, and son of my papa no way garden. Sanya mammy knew Wakata Akran Sheberesu is he.
Obey your hospital,
Hospital, a son of Abafi. Ope honey, original honey, wape anka trade, lemon and your orange. Which him lemon ego honey num. Any kind of mixture ope. What the one sabum, not the head and I say, and your baby. Kakra wakata akora ne shebre so ayedai esie nti se obi nurse bi doctor bi anase nimpa bi wa run ebusuani bi e wa run no pese otempa with nimpa ne shebre a ontumi because we see anokwan nti answer na akora ne be 7 8 9 before 10 no na wasan ye the same process na we dey reverse yaman at that position no na akora ne nya coverage we wa mature a obetumi handle shebre on send ya no but say wuja ho na say wuduru stage ono so on hwindi
yeah o that ogibidi on gibindi the common there on say mostly no dey nti o mokasa ya meti o ma the common no ogidi but en common na on jindi like me personally when I get these questions I understand that en common on nti you don't believe it
and I'm sure say ade bi e besi bia ma menka no brofo the spiritual is the birthplace of the physical.
So anything that happened in the spiritual,
in the physical,
anything that happened in spiritual have an impact in the physical.
In the physical. So this is how it works. Now, adibia, anything at all we are seeing visible on earth around us was actually the plans of the spiritual or the agenda of the spiritual. Yeah, shisha dada. Now, to connect to the spiritual, you need to work on your soul. It is the soul that have access to the spiritual, not the flesh. What's an idea? So now, most people spend time on the flesh, they don't spend time on the soul. So now, if anybody helps you to do spiritual work, it is not for the body, it is for the soul. So that the soul can connect to the spirit. Because we nam way, obi betumi de wo ho tan, obi betumi aloka okra hye nkosiem. Oh yeah. Obi betumi de garlic, e de pina wo matchro odin de pina wo e de atoje mama na hye. E hye a, menia wakoma e bete wo yam. Wo ko hospital doctors, garlic keke o. Watchro odin pepe ma bobo. E no menchiro se ne ye no obi beka koye.
Obi bedin someone. Obi bedin.
O se ne ametia no. Obi che je na mu mienu. Ope wo se wo mpe no. O de se kan che je na mu mienu. O twere wodin e ne red pen. E di shem epam etutu from the shem e kan nsem bi guso a wa ba ne dia forever. Enti weni so da.
Prophet. It may about for girls and for boys. Is it real?
Real.
No, is it something that it's happening?
It's happening. Anybody at all that have access to your conscience can control you. And for girls and for boys, there are managers whose employees have worked on them. For the increment of pay. Into ono oko chinchim wadwen na ono nko abeje 5,000. Meanwhile, or deserve 700 pay. Who year one dwen ho.
So these things actually work.
They work. They exist. Obi crowd in a problem brem. Mama be in a problem brem. We see that uncompleted. We see edru baby. And ankrofo bi besere no. So ya pese yesuma ha kakra na yenya baby ayako. Ankrofo ne didan no more than 25 years.
Wow.
Na nimpa na dan ye ne ya papa no ne re kure fi se we see dan ya working no. Serious asem na meka jo. Ya de den na working. E ma ne bom ne tumi etia wo. Nti wo se da se ne ye wo bosom se ne ye wo a wo ye da no ho adwuma wa ye bosom no ho adwuma na de aba okra ho ban. Nti ne yate hai.
Prophet, inti obi abomodien sidan.
We see ne dan.
Oye adoye.
Oye adoye. Obi aba ne nchen se ye ni baby da o na ye pese wo man ye baby da. Ana wa man ne baby ada. Na prekope no na nimpa na oye papa na efie ne ya ne dia ne refi so wo dan wo baby.
So prophet, my question would be say if obi a work wo na ya working, how would you know say obi a work you?
I don't know, most of the times we are victim yeah, obi so ka wonjindi because you are working. They have worked on your conscience, sorry. Inti subconsciously no. Ya wipe memory ema uhunu se na wo yiri ni. Na wo japade ni. Na wo sika wa ha. Ya wipe some memory ni subconsciously. So you are not conscious of that part of memory that makes you remember say oh wadan wa ha. E watema. E yesunsumu djuma. Nti na me say to protect it is better than to solve it.
To solve it.
Nti wo be ya okra ni nyina ya okra no enye nimpadua no ya weke okra no. Ya wo sunsumu yare. Eno na ye sunsumu yare no bi if you allow anybody to have access into your conscience wa how because obe control. Obi to me ma obi papa o wayere e wo mba wo fiu no obe gina ntontum e be pe obi ochi nkosua. O hwe ne yere pa ne mba. I said, what is wrong with this man? You are working again.
So prophet, ma me bisa a question we. Me fan say o papa. Wa ankasa hu said papa ne ne ye oye enye normal ya working no. Then na be ya ma nipa kona ono betimi age no.
Correct. Ye wo bibi echi wade. On say ye wa bosom. Ye won samanfo, ye wo motia. Ye wa honhom bebre. Omo nyina ye e wa echi wade. Afi ma me nkire wa echi wade mienu. adeɛ yɛ hu a ɛsɛe nneɛma a ɛyɛ hu mienu on sɛ fidie yɛ tena so sɛ ɛnyɛ obi a na yɛ kristoni ti akyerɛ osunsum nneɛma ɔpɛ na wafa ɔpɛ na wagyam ahaiban bia etwa mogya ɛma mogya bia yɛ dangerous
ahaban bi etwa mogya
ɛma mogya
ɛyɛ dangerous
nti me kyerɛ ahaban mienu pɛ if you are even prayerful try it sɛ wo realize sɛ ebi a wo nua bi wo maame bi wo sister bi wo sɛ no asɛ sɛ ne behave ɛnyɛ normal go to the forest and look for a champion mo bi nkyerɛ wo enkotu ana enkɔpɛ ne ɛwɔ kwan ho pɛ ne ɛwɔ kwae mu a enimpa most of times no ɛhaban ɛwɔ kwan ho a nimpa fa ho na ntan nyɛ adwuma yɛmfa nyɛ duro pɛ ne ɛwɔ kwae mu kakra to ne hini no to different ones to be wa ha utu a na wetwa ne top na efi so na aka ne hini no onim sɛ saa a champion ne hini no etumi to abosom bi
wow
wodi dware ne ya bodua duabɔ no dane wodi dware woyɛ saa na wobetutu no na wa cross no nti wo cross na wobenya times sei wonya times na da to bucket ya foforo na de adwade obi aye forget se beti akọ
sharp
oh we mpa bo bi anim
correct
obi ade sunsum anam sunsum kwan so aweke o se ne obenye sika wa wo dwade pe ate akọ wo hiam pai bo
eno ano no
o shop won se obi wo ha oton ade but ahohom obi betime di sika aba behwim sika wona ni dwam obi tume ma 5 cedis ube wi a obekọ fie no na de atwe 1000 possible ho adwuma wo ho aye nti wo be si ano kwan no wo de saa champion ya wo cross no saa na wo kyekere a wo de agu nsuo na de apete store obia fa hum aba so be yiska e wo shop a emfa da onzem akonfo bi tumi hwim tofe ne ade
yeah
tofe ni motia kromo motia na yesa omo hwim fi individual stores onse obi tumi hwim sika firi botom she obi botom susum ya se bank bi ani ho so you just look for the necessary or available pocket that has money then you draw it and figure it nti sa wo wanya usuo no ho adwuma ye hwim a
be hwim afi ho no
correct onse na yatie afi ma menkyerɛ wo adwuma wo ya ɛbɔ wo kra ho ban now key number 1 moya dodoɔ na mo dada mu a make sure say answer na de be chia na pa wona wo yere kura da make sure say wasode agya no
you should be the first person
right because if you always wake up from bed last na moya 5 for room a omo di kan wake up agya wo no e control because obia soul e travel obi wa ne soul ne travel no nka so nya awe say ne soul ne travel because ahohom a capture ne soul ne de adwuma once as a would name the purpose of your soul you wa ahohom mo capture wo soul ne de adwuma gu o account sana de na kwakwaye nti yesua ne ma bi se obi be fizie bi a yete head agro ye nimre ya kire o se ne be ya wo be ya alert
wa hwe ho yie
ne we hu ne yesesa wo ye because you were born in this month ne yesesa wo ye because you were born on this day na ade abo wo kra ho ban na wetumi agye wo ho afiri niam baako mienu
prophet me question be maybe sao but before then nipa mienu anase miensa you can also call and then dream be a person kira na say question be a person bisa prophet be yi ano de amo and then normal me didi djuma no patuti ni pa 054 99 33 89 054 9933 189 akasema numpe na me djuma de nyaba ewe nti wan frepe eno ano no 054 99 33 89 o asem bisa bia obetimi afre na prophet eyi ano e de ama prophet
yeah
obi say obi de ne ka wa dina ompeso betua but ohwe pa o weska obetua ba ontua ma no then on your wabre.
Correct.
The also ye be away. And so nipa kuni into any scam. But then also
simple. On say ye Christopher if he say bibia empire. And ye bibia na empire because what the your time I bomb me, I've grown to a certain place. I don't pray and ask God for anything. I pray and honor him for what he does and what he's about to do. That's when I'm praying. Omwa omuninti ase sese obi de woka na pesa wogi ama menkyerɛ mem ye wokwan bebre so aye daneka ya ye wokwan bebre so aye fa daneka mi wi a mekyerɛ o sɛ ne obetimi aba ofie ho ban akromfo ntumi wi a na makyerɛ na onso wetumi de abobra uti atie mi yie pa so obi de woka pe ahaban a ye frɛ no tamiewu. What do you say? Pet tamiewu. Ahabaya obi wa line or so.
Prophet. Hello, Mr. Kola. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Bachon saying.
Nyamiadom.
Bachon is Bachon will be in the Cana, Nefrana, on Fako, no, Semun says, on first can instrument, on Peso Discandam, or each more Wuska. On Peso Bit Jamaica, in Tikwanda and Mefaso, then Minamiska.
Okay, Prophet. Yen you have been man say, Jinaso Prophet be yan with the amount.
Other woka say. Other woka say. 1.5 near the 1.5 for 1,500.
Yeah.
1.5 near 70 years.
Yeah.
1.5 in 150 Ghana cedis.
1.5 Ghana cedis.
1.5 Ghana cedis.
Okay, I don't know more.
Bachon.
I don't know more. Enti metro sunsum niama ode beda na woka no won frɛ no phone so no abɛfrɛ wo wonim ne din
Bachon say
wonim ne din
Bachon
wonim ne din dia correct ye gina abonten nti wo frɛ ya pon afrɛ manager mame
Bachon
why ye be kyerɛ niama wo de begu na akwan mu a wo beda na woka wade ase
Bachon
aha emu odu nti force na je wade why
Bachon
na me sure
All right. Prophet na o kasanti to asomame.
Ya say obi ede woka na pesa woje wade a na say wabompa ye na say abofo ne Jesus and arrest na mawa nyame abɔ haban ye wa haban bi ye frɛ ne tamiewu eye green na ano no aye zigzag minim so wonim sa haban wonim a mo bi nkyerɛw enkoto wodwom hwehwɛ nya ye dua etim fom na what here and tenesoro because what they daneka tenefom osa haban ne fu aba ebiefu wo soro ebiefu wase tenefom te ba ko pe na wote na wo ba churo nimpa ne din pe black pen na churo nimpa na ode wo ka ne din awa haban nimu enya na chi haban na nim sei nimu na ekire soro churo ne full name esoro ene ase ne bumu mienu na keka ano no fa ose keka ano ni nyina na kasa guso te se ne a wo pesa wo dane wo kan ayese wo de akokotro wo dane wo kan ya na wo dane wo keka ano ni wi a na wa pa eja edade e betumi ahye ahaban na mani nyina ahye nti wo boni mpa ni din a wo be boni din be se 3 times and 7 times wo bo pe wa chere se me na wo de meka nti me ma we bia 2 days and 3 days me jimi sika eno ano no na de atugem enya hye na sa hye wie na dane ahye sepe so o ma ni 3 days ya enso wo phone be bele na de usika abra
Sharp.
oh
Na so de esen court o.
ya we enya police station asemo churo ni din opetame ewu na wa churo din pa ni din o churo na apena e bia abena siedu wa churo ni nyina awom na wabu mu mienu na wa keka ano no wo be keka obu mu mienu on sa ano no be ba ye 2 e wo soro na wa keka ano na manasi wo keka won ka mane nti wo be keka ano no orant se ne ya keka de dada na na wo wia wakasa gu so keka wia wakasa gu so na da to gyan na wagina ho ama na hye once me ma 2 days wo de me ka 1.5 million me gima de eno anu wada na wo ka wi na the time ewu na to gyam we me kire omo abom pa ye mfa no because wo shut down ben Jesus into onti ye wo mpa bo
mpa bo nduru ho no mo ye
nduru ho wo de peta me ewu yesunsum dwuma ma me enkofa nkosua tamye wo de to gyan mo pe wo ma ne 3 days a so wo so new obenya nka yeso de obi ka yeso tuaka obetua oka
sharp cry.
Oh,
I think that time you minim time you
correct.
ahaban na wo de to bible mu create etimi fifi no
Etumi fifi correct.
correct
Adada mu kure etumi fifi. Petamewu. Empeni ya told we dwom because we nim obi ote. Ko baby a yedua entene soro tene fom. Ya. Na fa yesunsum dwuma da na woka.
sa ahaban no kra mpo no ewo bible mu.
Okay.
Sa ahaban no ewo bible mu.
Okay.
But sometimes I get surprised when we read some of these things in the Bible when we are being asked to use it. Yes, say abosom no.
It becomes a problem. Emrebe mo a mekere omo a Nyankopon eyi ahaban edi ahaban edi kire omo. Jacob is one of them. Yes, na bofu opie Jacob nchen e kire ne se emwa na omo won ne wase bu na ogu kwasia no. Kotwa sesedu ya fa tunsuo no na emwa na nom. Wankire ne mpaibo. Oma na kwankire. Ose opese onse na obi a wagin hire fi ne papa nchen akwaya akwa obi fie. Waje ni nua ni hire nyina ekuta ne nyina akwaya akwa obi kurom. Na afi wakwaya akwa na obi a ye hira no no. Osan akwa ware ya asen bu no kwasia. E de ketwa na manansa na. Ye man no so awo ma ne se kwasia buo na ekoso na brabom. Na obom pa ye fere ni fie ne papa Nyankopon ma na kwankire. Ose kotwa edue bi sei ose sesedua Bible no kan twi na fatu nsuo na emwa na benom na omo a because na se na ka tire ne se emwa no wo na omo wo daughter e na ye ne dia omo wo play na ono na se ne dia na emwa no so wo play so we stadium se emwa ni nyina wo play na omo wo daughter just se eda emwa no be wo daughter no wo Jacob wo befa wa ye djuma mfie bebere emwa na wo daughter until se bofo ne ma na kwankire ose twadua wankasa fa anointing oil
wankasa kosofo no wo mpai mo
dabi ose twadua
wankasa komalam ho
nti edua ho hia
edi na je say prophet problem bi wo ho no manase bibi wo ho no mo a enye mpaibo enye akwankyere oyembe ekuru eya haban na haban ehu hia sanka ya mfenhye bible nimpa ne bedi salad I will lettuce cabbage carrot afi obeka haban wansaba na wadwa ne refi se wa carrot eno de say aduane ba
serious sunsum ne amanti wonya ready se obesua ya baso ada watwam oya ready se opese usua sunsum ne ama ya na wagina so ne ya sunsum ne ama because ehu hia pa
prophet medasi ye pa yemre no ko ebia wono utie na eyewo eyi kakra se eja obefre ebia na ohwe onchen a ebia de oben ho no ompese obete wasem nti opese ofre prophet na oka o problem kire no na otimi boawo eye hunhum a prophet na mani ubitimi afre prophet na ade bi atwe wadwen anase de unhia hunhum mu awo mu no wetimi aboawo ubitimi afre 0249 67 4404 0249 67 4404 we eye prophet number abribia ubetimi afre no ofre na obeje so de unhia efa honhum fam bia obeboa na weyi ano e de amawo we eye ehinta safwa the hidden key ye de bro every Thursday e o KJ radio super mesraw bombodin ase obeko YouTube se sia e da ho na oko YouTuber bombodin ase obe subscribe to YouTube channel na amame bombodin ase mia sa eyi kokko no mia so na subscribe o subscribe ya adomaketo anu mia so na ubetimi nya notification every day bia ye be call live bia ye ne sa fama me senia wobetimi esua ade a ebetimi aboa wo na so wetimi apem akọ wanim yie pa ubi a mi ahye na obi hye mo obi na obi so nsua ade enye den emfim prophet say emre no ayebre wano nsama etwa to na yemfa enadwumedi ni nyina mfensi
as wonsa aka ye video ya pacho hye mame yeah because addition for wadwen kire bra for question bra because most of times no say ubisa wonsem na questions eno be ma ye hu angular ye betumi a kire wade ya obetumi ate ase wade ase enya atem didie betumi asene wo questions na ye baso ana eye fidie social media ntina wa power tap na wa send na wa my gift na yetumi di dwumadie na yede abre wo de bia nyame nhira wetiefo da se ne ye besan so ehia esua sunsumani ama ya last na obi kire me se opese ye di saman ne abeyi ho nkomo eni o machi wade me pacho be manager ha what send request na man ye besua
other questions in mra ye besua ho ade se sunsum ne honam ewotwa kan na saman wo ho
saman wo na
saman wo fi aden na obeyama saman
na ko ya
questions ne ba ye betako
yeah
all right the prophets but as ye pa menua utie me menua ojebre na utie me mesro koso ana share fama me share na afoforo so ensan ka bi na obomodin asa obehye share ni de hiam yi pa bomodin asa obehye na wa like video no ewo YouTube nti ko nya ko YouTube a o de search for KJ no ebom na o the space aba na the radio na so KJ radio ye na ye damu sonko ye followers edoso yi pa nti bomodin asa ba be join ebusuaku no na yetimi esua ade na etimi aboa yi pa ubetimi so download KJ radio app no ewo Google Play Store and Apple Play Store o download dia ubetimi etie ye na bibia emre bia 24/7 radio station. There are a lot happening on KJ radio, so you don't need to miss any action. Na ene dwumadie enyumeku a wasom asen ema metimede the hidden key at the bro mod home essentials so per electrical appliances pa dia so per home electrical appliances pa dia ye papa ye ma 1 year warranty o de ko na eje fochere o de fabra na beje ofoforo anaso o de fabra na beje usika ubehu ye chi kwan e wo Tamakom 22 junction ubehu mod home essentials shop kese pa goyi ye nyoma no so de ne bo da form kra ye nyoma no ya tete se fala ya tete so nti bomodin say obe friends see ya 0244 20 20 22 number net they say 0244 20 20 22 obehu ye chiri kwan eso wo Tamakom 22 junction so what you say nti 22 ti bomodin so be free mod home essentials na electrical appliances be there for we need mod home essentials one na jewo de na osu faje o samba afa susu db say wo lunch ebe ye ode say wayefro ebe ye fe say wo engagement no ebe ye anika say special occasion no sorry amoye parties ahodo say mu pe local bar setup ebe ma mu occasion no aye special na nkofo didi peche kakra bi we didi peche no amen pa dia eno ani dbs bomodian so be friend 0202 23 43 72 and that's 020 020 5095 Freddy B sesia ene natural fruit juice bi apebia na so ye ene special occasion bia or the Freddy B's sesia obeje so na so waje wo samba afesusu King James Enterprise minia hwade bi nso se ubesi efie ama ya friend efie na aye fede a eye King James Enterprise wono no otwa wo designs what the tiles no otwa wo designs ama na come pa digester no what the flash nenche so what you say eye King James Enterprise but more than so be friend 0555 992832 and that's 0536 98 92 62 King James Enterprise but more than so be friend King James Enterprise is here construction work there or no or the mushroom kokra what in the at the mount afeso so Awurade Adom Herbal Clinic Awurade Adom Herbal Clinic ubehu yechi kwan ewo Lebanon Ashaman Lebanon oni engine oni goodness filling station no na odi enimhwe bomwade so be frɛ doctor ewa homatrofo isu sesi a 0540 82 60 97 0540 82 60 97 and as 030 332 4550 030 332 4550 ofre Awurade Adom Herbal Clinic a wobejo so de wo yare ni te bia wo de kona so ya obete ne te kra e de amount minya afeso so sa wonji wo sida herbal mixture bomode ase obejo de ansana aseja na afeso so Awurade Adom power capsules unji bia bomode ase obejo de na wetimi anonom na aboa wo yipa ana afeso so just charcoal powder edro we mu nyina bebia otemenka na oba ubenya bi ato edi ameje so ane King James mmemme no ayebre ene aha ana medi dwumedie ni nyina besi yensa nso nhia dasene e wo KJ radio so koso ana hye mame Thursday yebeto aso e de amount o questions na aba no de akamu no yebeyi ano de amount yebema akonya ama nipa dodo na afre ene na yemre no ebuti e kakra until next week yebebie phone lines in terms na also betimi afre na wetimi ebisa wasem bisa na yetimi aboa wo yipa we eye KJ radio yensa nso nhia dasene medi dwumedie ni nyina de asi koso ane tie koso ane hwe na koso ane hye. This is KJ Radio, indeed, radio with class.
This is KJ Radio, radio with class.